All right, I'm looking over this contract, and yeah.
It's looking good?
Yeah, it's looking pretty good, I think. I think we're pretty in good shape here.
Yeah.
All right.
So remember, this is for the entire brand, not just the channel.
I understand. This will sign over everything Geeks for Fun, Kakarot Kent, DBDC, Norse, Aliens, and Dragon Ball. All of it's going to be a part of Smugstick LLC.
Perfect. All right. How many zeros do I have to add to this one to make it official?
Well, you put 2 zeros on the end of that. I think we're good.
All right.
$100 seems like a fair price.
$100. Welcome to the Smugstick Empire.
I'm so happy to be here. I feel really good about this decision.
He's gone. He's never coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So the dotted line,
Yep,
and we'll be
I'll
set.
sign right there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. What the fuck?
Jesus, it's fun! I'm sorry. I thought I made it clear that you weren't allowed in this space anymore.
You see, it's just that you've been absent for so long. Good crotch shot, guys.
Absent?
Yeah.
I've been toiling away on the Dragon Ball DC Doom Saga Episode 9 for years in a cave with nothing but a box of scraps. And you
didn't even
two-
make Iron Man armor?
That's not the point, Ian! This is why you're a co-writer! And you, Smugstick on YouTube and also Twitch sometimes. Don't you fucking laugh at me. I want to let you know right in here and now.
Yeah.
This... $100?
$100.
Yeah, I think that's more than we made from all the videos combined, right?
Too much have I sacrificed. You will not take this away from me. I built this company.
Well, looks like it's already been signed off.
This contract completely cuts you out.
Oh no.
You can still make the thumbnails though. That's part of the contract too.
But it does stipulate here that all thumbnails need to require boobs.
Yeah.
I've lost everything.
Sorry, buddy. Tough break.
What does the chat think of this?
I don't know.
Do they have a loophole in the contract I could use maybe? Perhaps? Possibly?
Let's see.
Now it seems pretty cut and dry.
Yep.
Well, guys, welcome to Smugstick on YouTube, subsidiary division. I'm a smug bitch for fun, and this is my co-writer, Smug Bitch Part 2.
Yay!
We're here to present our Lord and Savior, Smugstick for Fun, as our new God King, and usher in a brand new era for the channel. Welcome, everybody, and have good night. No, continue the night. We're still here. We're not going anywhere.
So the next video on the channel will be Caulifla X Goku, of course. Follow up to my Caulifla sister story.
Caulifla, are you okay with that?
Hell no! What the hell you think you're fucking doing? Messing up my game.
No, man. Well, what's the next video in the first Geeks for Fun owned by Smugstick collaboration, guys? What do people want to say?
Yeah.
Let's take a suggestion and let's write it.
Let's see.
I just got
What
here.
if Chi-Chi died giving birth?
Oof.
It's a good start.
Yeah. No, I can see the tragedy in that. Make Goku real tortured character.
Yeah, just
tortured here. Like he could do some broody shots.
I mean,
Like Goku looking out over the city.
eating a hamburger. Like those giant sticks of meat is like, I miss my wife. It's good meat though.
Question for Smug: is Superman and Dragon Ball canceled?
I want to do some stuff with it, but I
Yeah.
think it'd be better if Alfie tackled it with me.
So how that series is going to work from now out is think of it as like a reboot. Like the first one was kind of like a test run. So Smug's actually helping us write it when that series might return on this channel. That's not necessarily going to be anytime soon or anything, but the Superman and Dragon Ball series is going to be like a companion piece to Dragon Ball DC. So we're going to keep it all on the same channel so you guys have a thing. But Smugstick's still going to be involved in that. We're still going to use some of the ideas from that first series, but probably redone like better and interesting ways because we've all grown as writers since then. Like that was very early days when we first did that.
Especially Alfie.
Yeah, especially Alfie. No, that's my name. We're gonna keep doing that, and like the Superman stuff on the channel is gonna keep expanding, and you'll get to see some more of that pretty soon, actually. So that's gonna be exciting.
Nice. So this is what it really is. What if Geek was trapped in?
I wasn't trapped anywhere, but I guess maybe
betrayed.
my own soul I've been trapped in, as the people I thought I could trust and love and caress and fondle. So much fondling. Are gone now forever. But now I've got a new Lord and Savior, Smugstick for fun. And I'm really happy about that. So fucking happy about that.
When Broly.
Do you guys just want me to go? Like, is this just not... We're just trying to... Like, when Broly, you're sick. Keep your eyes posted with a couple DBDC episodes and a Broly saga, because that's going to be cool.
Yeah. What if Goku was trapped... Or no, what if Kakarot was trapped and betrayed in the Phantom Zone for millennia?
That would be... Alright, so what you've seen some of DBDC, you know the DC universe. Yeah. How would you go about that, mister? Because you're the OG... I don't want to do it, because unlike some people YouTube, it was his idea first. And I'm going to say it. And he should be shamed for that.
I am. I mean, can you train?
Yeah.
While in there?
Yeah, how the Phantom Zone works is it would be like mental training, because you don't have a physical body. So it'd be kind of like how Hell is in DBZ.
Like Frieza,
Yeah, basically. All he would be able to do would be mental training, because his physical body would just be a ghost.
Right. I mean, he'd do that, but like by the time he gets out, how can he escape?
I don't know.
Nuclear explosion in
Yeah,
space.
that's
Yeah, there we go. Superman would stop Lex Luthor's missiles, and then Kakarot Kent would wind up in the Donnerverse and meet Christopher Reeve Superman. There you go.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman Lex would get a Kakarot Kent Chaos Cannon to the face, and we'd all be better off for it.
No Superman 4.
No.
Nope.
Superman 4, The Quest for Meat.
Just them hanging out the entire time.
Quiz Smugstick to see if he actually watched the videos.
Hey, Smugstick. What happened to the last Dragon Ball DC video?
Majin Joker.
Fuck, he's right. Alright, he passes, he's fine.
So I got an idea for what if Cell and Doomsday swapped places?
What do you think should we tackle first, the Cell one or the Doomsday one?
I think the Doomsday one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Doomsday turns up in the... So if we're just saying they swap places, so Doomsday just turns up, let's say up to the point where Cell came back to the past.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of larval Cell, it's just
It's
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Now, Doomsday is not necessarily the dude who's going to wait around for 3 years. Or
Right.
when... You know more than me, I think, in terms of timeline. When did Sal travel back
Yeah,
to
it was
it?
like 3 years
3.
beforehand. Yeah.
So he turned up pretty close to where Future Trunks turned up.
Mhm.
And those level Dragon Ball fighters versus Doomsday, I don't think it's necessarily going to go well.
Yeah, no, they could just attack right away.
So, but I don't like doing the, and then they all die. What ifs? What's like a creative solution that they could maybe do to get rid of Doomsday? They could stick him maybe in the time chamber.
Maybe the Mafuba.
Mafuba. But then if they're going to do that on Doomsday, it's going to have to be someone's going to die for it, because he's going to be so strong.
Yeah. I think Goku could teleport him somewhere.
Yeah, you could teleport him away and then just hope for the best. But I think that's also
But if
not...
you do the thing where Doomsday like gains the abilities that
Yeah.
use on him, fucking teleporting.
Yeah,
Doomsday
because
is
he
so
adapts.
terrifying.
Yeah.
You can only
Wow.
kill him once, and even then, sometimes in the mid of the fight, he adapts. So maybe how it goes is like they try and fight Doomsday traditionally, like Goku goes Super Saiyan, it's just he gets overwhelmed. And for this Goku, this would be the first time he's ever lost a fight in Super Saiyan, which would be interesting. Because this would be post Frieza, and he wouldn't have the heart virus. Wouldn't be? He'd have it, but like at
It's
that
not
early
that-
point,
yeah,
he'd
it's
be
not
fine.
there yet.
So then you get Goku with the instant transmission back and be like, "Whoa, I managed to just barely win," and then behind him is fucking.
Oh,
Doom.
that's
That'd
crazy.
be a
That's
really
kinda
cool.
cool, yeah.
That'd be a really cool moment, and then they'd all have to jump in. Maybe then Vegeta might be in space at that point. Maybe he teleports Doomsday to Vegeta because he can sense it. He's like, "Hey Vegeta, you out in space and Kakarot, take care of him." Jesus. So maybe Vegeta comes back to help because he gets a quick glimpse of it, and they all team up on Doomsday. I don't think the Mafuba would hold that long because he'd probably adapt. I think either time chamber or someone's gonna have to try and die and throw him into the sun or something like that. I think we'd probably lose a couple people, and then they are horribly underprepared for the androids, but maybe Jiro is watching it and he's like, ooh. I kind of like the idea of that adaptability thing, and maybe something comes from that. I think you could go. That one's one where, because Doomsday is just so immortal, even if you beat him the first time, he's gonna keep returning. So you get like
Which
Doomsday.
would probably work better for the Cell Saga and not have it feel as much like a repeat of the Namek Frieza stuff.
Yeah, because he
with,
wouldn't
like,
be building up to a big villain. It was like, here's the big villain, and he's gonna keep coming back intermittently.
Resurrection D.
Yeah. Resurrection D's nuts.
Alright, then Cell in DC. That's interesting, because I think Cell's probably the most, like, just regular, like, villain of the week kind of DC
I think the move you just go with is like his larval form lands and Lex Luthor just like picks that shit up. And Lex Luthor's like, oh, this is a really remarkable. Like Lex
You know,
doesn't.
it's interesting, if you do it the larval form, it means he's stuck as Imperfect Cell. There's
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no.
But I
I see
think
what
that's
you
where
mean.
you could do it with Lex. Is Lex is smart enough, and like it doesn't have to kind of be the Lex, but like other people in DC are like so more intelligent, like Dr. Drow or something. Like Dr. Drow is really really smart for like technology, but like the DC intelligence
Yeah,
is
the
just
scale's
so
just
up.
different. Yeah.
So I think Lex with enough time could probably figure out like, okay, Dr. Gero came this far. Like when Sal's imperfect, like maybe they talk to each other, and like he calls Dr. Gero like father, so he calls Sal like stepfather.
Stepdaddy.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the washing machine.
Yeah, so like I think Lex would like, I can make you better than what the original blueprints
Like
were.
more perfect.
Like perfecter Sal. Probably like something like Sal Max, honestly.
Yeah.
And then probably the thing then just becomes, what would he do with them?
See, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to have like fucking Imperfect Cell like in Gotham, just because like
As, like,
Imperfect Cell's like that horror level.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally see that, yeah.
With Batman's kind of vibes.
Lurking around, and
Yeah.
you have a shot where like a light shines and you see the ears,
Uh-huh.
but
And
then
it's
it
Sal.
zooms out and it's Sal.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's really good. I like that. You
Yeah,
know,
so like maybe start him off there, and then kind of like.
you know what you could do with
becomes
that
a
is you could
Justice League
have it
threat.
be like, do you guys you know how like the X-Men with Wolverine when he was like Weapon X, and as part of the Weapon X thing they'd like send him out on like test runs to like test his capabilities. Maybe Lex is doing that with Sal. He's like, alright, I'm gonna throw you in Gotham and just see how you go as like imperfect, just because he wants to test the thing. Like Sal just wreaks havoc, and then before the Bat family can beat Sal, he just goes, and everyone's like, where did he go, what was that? But he goes back to Lex's mat, and then Lex is like, alright, semi-perfect now. He like goes up in his forms to test it, and then once you get to perfect, maybe Sal then starts getting some independence ideas. Or I want to ask the disembodied voice of Caulifla, if Lex Luthor had like a powerful being like Sal under his control, what would he do with it? What would you think the move for Lex is to do with something like that?
So you mean like Doomsday, but in DVDC?
No, but basically just like if he had like a Dragon Ball Z character like that was looked up to him as a father, as like a weapon, kind of like a Mazo-ish vibe.
I don't know. I hate to associate Lex with Dragon Ball. It just pains me, you know? It just
Okay.
cheapens it. No offense to our Lex Luthor actor in DVDC.
Well, there we have it. Well, I like that idea, and then I think he'd become like a Justice League villain. In this version, though, I think Superman would, because we're just swapping. So Superman would be in this version thing. I think Lex would definitely want him to be like an anti-Kryptonian, so he'd probably like hook him up with like Kryptonite stuff, and maybe Brainiac gets involved, and maybe instead of Sal, Brainiac, because you did this in like the DVD, the Superman Dragon Ball. You could have Sal and Brainiac team up. I think it's just an obvious choice. But I think the end goal for it, honestly, would be a redeemed Sal.
That's what I was thinking too.
Because in DC, there's a lot more of like understanding for like bio-androids and stuff, and like Sal's goal in Dragon Ball, once he becomes perfect, is just to kind of like fuck around. He doesn't really know. He's like, oh, maybe I'll fight for a bit, maybe I'll chill, maybe I'll destroy the Earth. He doesn't really know. I think in DC, they might find a way for like a purpose for him, and they might maybe Sal becomes the first, and like the Guardians are like, oh, maybe we can make the Manhunters again, but better if you start off like that.
That's
cool.
kind of cool.
That's really cool.
So Sal becomes like the first of the third gen of like, we're gonna do this as a trial run, as like if the Green Lanterns aren't enough, we're gonna have like Cell as like the big backup dude, and he'd be happy with that because he gets to stroke his ego, and he'd be getting enlightened. So I think that's a really good question. Thank you. That took us to a lot of cool places.
Could Majin could Majin Joker beatbox? Like,
Probably. Or would it be like?
why so serious?
Alright, never do that again.
I don't want to hear that from you. Doing what you said earlier.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm the model of sanity.
If Dick Grayson wasn't available, who would be your go-to for replacement Batman?
Depends on.
Terry McGinnis?
Yeah, I guess it depends on like the age, and if I'm assuming for like DBDC is what, because like what they were going for is like.
Maybe it just said if Dick Grayson wasn't available.
All right, well I'll go with Terry as well. But if you were talking about like if I couldn't use Dick Grayson and we killed off Batman, who would be the new Batman? The others are all too young. I feel like I wouldn't want like Cassandra or Tim or anyone like that. They wouldn't really fit, and I don't want to use Jason or anything. So I think the move would probably be like to use Luke Fox or something from like the current run, like the next Batman, just as like that next thing, because otherwise you wouldn't really have much of an option. Maybe Vegeta can be Batman. He'd never dress up like that though.
How do you fit the hair in there?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe the spikes become like the. He looks like a. Yeah, that'd be cool.
It'd be cool to see the mask as when he goes Super Saiyan just glow underneath.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. I think that's a cool idea.
I'm gonna move your thing back a little bit so you get a little wider.
Yeah,
frame.
go ahead. Thank you.
So I think we have the cord space for it. Hold on.
Whoa! Reality is breaking from the meeting of these powerful beings.
While we're looking at other comments and stuff, I'll show this off. I wore my Dragon Ball DC Lego figures on my hat today. Coming soon to a store not near you.
Not near you.
Not near anyone.
Not local.
No.
Local sales only.
Local sales only, they say. Do you find anything interesting?
Let's see.
I look taller than all of you from this angle, which is really funny.
What if Goku had his
Not on my
own
watch.
kryptonite in Dragon Ball?
I didn't catch that one. What?
What if Goku had his own kryptonite in Dragon Ball?
I mean, that's a whole concept being introduced. I mean, like, where would he find it? Where
I guess just the idea of like the shards of Planet Vegeta are radioactive to Saiyans.
Okay.
What would I think the only person who'd really pick up on that would be Dr. Gero.
Yeah.
He's the only one I think could, and like the Red Ribbon Army stuff. Maybe Frieza.
I was thinking maybe Frieza uses it against Vegeta. And
Frieza might use that as like a punishment tool, and maybe
Yeah.
he puts a little bit of it in their armors, just like he remembers. But then again, he didn't want them to know that he blew up the planet.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'd do that, because he kind of liked the idea of Vegeta willingly serving him.
Maybe Paragus put it on the collar.
Paragus doing it to Broly would be smart. Paragus being like, hey, this is the one thing that can keep him chained.
Exactly.
But past that point, I think Dragon Ball Z characters are just a little bit... They don't like using stuff like... Even the villains, really, don't really like using... Like, Frieza, I don't think would use it in a fight unless he was like against a Super Saiyan or something. And by that point, it's going to be too late because he's not going to have it on hand. Because he hasn't got pockets. He's just naked. So I think Frieza, until he was pushed, wouldn't use. So maybe when he comes back as Mecha Frieza, he'd be like, hey, let's stock up. And maybe that causes a problem for Trunks, because Trunks doesn't know that exists.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be
So
awesome.
now Trunks tries to fight Mecha Frieza, and then it suddenly goes awfully wrong. And then everyone has to team in.
See, I just don't like the idea of doing more stuff to make Goku more like Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
It is.
Giving
And
him a
Kryptonite
weakness.
is one of those things that
So Superman.
is overused in Superman to begin with. So you don't necessarily want to spam that for Goku anyway. He doesn't have a...
Don't
Gotta-
tell the Reeve films that.
Yeah.
Did you find something?
No, I said don't tell. I said don't tell the Reeve films that.
No, that's true.
Nicer
That's all.
over
That's
here.
the only choice they have.
But they get a super chat though.
Yeah, we did get a super chat. Where would you place your Goku current power level compared to Goku of Canon?
Oh my goodness, we get this one all the time.
We got $7 for it, so you're gonna answer.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We got $7.
$7. Well, as he'd be about, if you're just comparing like base form to base form, he'd be a lot stronger than any of the Z versions of himself in base form, so like way above that. I think if you're looking at like his full power Super Saiyan, I don't want to give the mastered one away because that one he just got last episode, and I kind of want you guys to like see how strong he got. But prior to getting mastered Super Saiyan, without the heart virus, if you went full power, he'd be. Did we say Super Saiyan 3 Goku? Did we say Vegito?
It was Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. We
Yeah,
looked at
so-
the conceptual power level of Super Saiyan 3 Vegito.
Yeah,
and that
so
is Super Saiyan Kakarot.
pre heart virus Kakarot Ken, if you went full power Super Saiyan in the Doob Saga, well, obviously on the mastered version, he'd be as strong as a Super Saiyan 3 Vegito from the Buu Saga. So he's really, really strong.
Yeah, and that's just Super Saiyan. And then we got another super chat. You're gonna love this one. Goku and Lady Shiva have their own version of Goten.
We were just talking about this.
Do we leave that one or do we justify it? It's a super chat, so I don't want to tone it down.
I will say this. So, okay. When we were theorizing about stuff to do, one of the ideas that came up was, what if Shiva showed up with a young boy that was just a Goten? And we decided that we didn't want to do that. We decided that that idea like had some level of potential, but it was a disservice to Shiva as like who she is as a character, and it just felt like too hokey and not like it would be true to the spirit of the story. But it was an idea that we threw around in just like a brainstorming kind of way of Shiva and Goku actually having a kid together. But that one got shut down, so that's an answer that doesn't answer anything.
There you go. Very
Well,
well.
it was also just a statement.
Very well put.
Yeah. I have one. What if Moro and Null switched? These are fun. I like these
yeah, I
ideas.
like these.
Null
I don't
from-
know enough about Null though.
Null from Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
KNULL.
So Null in the Morrow arc would kind of go hard.
Yeah.
Null in the Morrow arc as like the prisoner that was sealed away that then gets unleashed. Because then you get to see like so many Dragon Ball characters become symbiotes.
That would be really cool.
Like and it's not just like putting Venom in it where it's like one at a time. Is he would just unleash like a wave of them and just like hitting people randomly.
See, I think this is one of those things where like we've talked about this a couple times, and I'm just like, I really don't give a fuck about the justification for the story. I don't even want this to be a story. You know what I want this to be? I want a line of variant covers that are just different characters from Dragon Ball with a symbiote.
Yeah.
That's all I need. Like, I'm sure there's some kind of like cool story you could think of to make it happen and work. I honestly don't care. I just want the visual of Kid Buu with a symbiote. I just want the visual of Beerus with a symbiote. You know,
Yeah.
like it doesn't
Who
need
would
to
you
make
give a
sense.
symbiote to? Who do you think would be the coolest Dragon Ball character to put a symbiote on?
He just said it. Beerus would be the coolest character to have a symbiote.
Kid
Beerus
Chi-Chi.
Oh my God.
But no, like so you put Null in that. I knew it works with that arc in terms of the themes of it. Vegeta still would learn Force Spirit Fission, which separates people from.
So that works, yeah.
So he'd be able to. That would be the Vegeta might actually get the win in that one because he'd be the only one who could like separate people from the symbiote. And how Null's stuff works is like a hive mind. It's like if you get taken over by it, you're just his slave. Like you can't like fight or resist it. Like Venom can only stop it because him and Eddie are like become like one. It's like they can overcome and main character special stuff. So Vegeta actually learning that technique would really pay off. I don't know if Goku would master Ultra Instinct in that version though. I don't think he'd necessarily. Null's not that type of fighter. I think he'd still have Ultra Instinct and he'd progress with Mirrors. But I think he'd only get to the Sign version. I don't think Mirrors would have to sacrifice himself against Null. I don't think that would come to that point. Whereas if you put Morrow in Marvel, he kind of annihilates the Earth guys because he can just absorb. He's like Galactus basically.
Yeah.
But in a small.
So it's a Silver Surfer story then.
He
Let's
ba-
go.
Yeah, basically. So basically, what you could probably want to do is you'd want because Morrow is literally called the Planet Eater, so you'd probably want like the Fantastic Four or someone to be like, hey. Can we get Galactus to fight this guy? So then you get Galactus versus Morrow, and like in their fight, they're like absorbing other planets to power up to fight.
That'd be really
So like
cool.
they just need to get them away. So I think that's how you do it. Is I think the Earth heroes are like Thor, Hulk, and stuff, they can like hold him off for a little bit, but even then, like late Dragon Ball Super Moro is going to be, as most like versions of those characters, not every version of course, but like most versions of those characters aren't going to be able to fight him.
Yeah.
So you're going to need like a Galactus or something. And yes, I know Thor killed Galactus. That's why I said most versions. current Thor's kind of cracked. But like you're gonna, I think that'd be a cool visual of Planet Eater versus Planet Eater. That would what I would do for Moro and Marvel.
Let's see here. We got a couple. What happened to what if Goku had the symbiote? That's a question.
That's
for this
coming
one.
Halloween.
Halloween, keep your counters up. From Smugstick for fun.
Yeah. Here's a nice question. Hi, how are you?
How are we?
How are we?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
I mean, I'm getting richer every day thanks to this partnership, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've lost everything, so I'm gonna need a noose and a dramatic tree pretty quickly.
Define everything though.
I lost this one at least.
Aw.
So pretty good.
Fun for geeks.
Just for our kids out there. who are
Wish.com.
watching and dying
This is
in
for the
mush.
boys.
This is for the boys.
There you go.
Wish.com. Search up Geeks for Fun. Get fun for geeks.
There you go.
Fun for geeks. I like that.
Fun for Geeks is our like off-brand. That's like our like
Walmart as
yeah,
the Walmart brand.
That's the Walmart Geek for Fun. They make Goku in Image comics.
Ouch.
Yikes.
Why you do image like that?
I just try to think.
They did it to themselves.
Goku in Wildstorm.
Goku X Cyberfrog?
Oh my god. There's too much.
The boys.
When
Majin
Goku was
Buu
a
in
young
either
boy.
Marvel versus DC. Or Marvel or DC.
Luke's which you think would be the cooler version?
I think like obviously Majin Buu works pretty well with like all the symbiote scenarios and stuff like that.
So you're thinking Marvel.
Yeah, I'm thinking Marvel.
What hero would you think would be cool to fight Majin Buu in Marvel? Or like to interact with him? Because Majin Buu, if it's just like regular like Fat Buu, he doesn't necessarily have to fight him. He
Yeah.
You just fat shamed Boo.
No, that's his name. His
I
name
think-
is Fat Buu.
I
think-
think you just fat shamed him.
I think
Cancel him.
Ben Grimm and Boo.
Oh,
interacting
that'd
would
be so
cool.
fun.
cute.
Yeah,
That'd be
Yeah,
really
I think that would
cute.
work.
He'd call him Bubblegum.
Yeah.
I like how
Alright.
you're stealing it just from the fact that I watched Fantastic Four the other night. You're just stealing
It's
that
on my mind.
concept.
Fantastic Four.
You're like, Ben Grimm, I'm obscure. I know comics.
Fake fan over here.
Yeah.
You want him running this channel? Can't believe this.
What do you think? How strong is DC Hades? Oh, like the Greek god?
Oh.
See, it's weird because they've gotten better about it recently with Wonder Woman stuff where they're not making Hades a villain because mythical Hades isn't like the devil that like Christian mythology has kind of created him to be. Mythical Hades is just, you know, he's a guy you don't want to fuck with, but he's pretty happy. He's got his own kingdom, his own world. So I like that about him, and that's kind of been adapted and kept somewhat, as far as I'm aware, in the Wonder Woman comics ever since the New 52, where, like, he's, you know, in the same way that all the gods are kind of a problem for Wonder Woman on occasion, he's there, he's vibing, he's doing his thing, and he's being a threat, but he's not, like, a villain, per se. So how strong is he? I don't know. He kept his dad chained up and kept feeding him even though he had a hole in his stomach. I thought that was pretty clever. So he's just... How powerful? Not really a factor. How mean? Very.
There you go. You just got the DC law expert from Wonder Woman Stan
He's
Harrington.
some bitch is what he is.
When is Lucifer Morningstar going to appear in Dragon Ball DC?
That'd be cool. That'd be a fun thing.
That'd be fun to just have him go to the club.
Yeah.
Like, not go to hell, or just like, yeah, Lucifer's already like left
Yeah,
hell and
it's-
just in the club.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fucking dope.
I think Lucifer and Vegeta would have a very long conversation.
I love Lucifer.
I respect your Hades answer though, Ian, because no one ever brings that up. That Hades is very like devilified, and
Yeah,
it's
everything
not.
does.
That's not the case. Like that's
Right.
never been the case. So I respect the.
Like the Greeks used to call Hades, like they didn't want to say the name because it was like, oh no, that's bad juju. But they'd call, like when they had to refer to Hades, they'd be like the rich one because all this precious stones and metals in the earth belong to Hades. And it's like, so what does he need? He has his kingdom. He's constantly getting human souls, whether or not he wants them, and he's got all the money ever. So what
You know
does
what?
he need?
His
Just
wife
once.
more than 3 months a year. Quite
Yeah.
honestly, that's what he needs. I mean, relatable.
Yeah, I was gonna say same. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Why didn't you just eat the stupid pomegranate? I don't like the taste.
God.
See Webtoon, you should make me win the contest. I'm your most popular series.
Yeah, exactly. Lore Olympus over here.
That's right. Lore Olympus for fun. Hades for fun kind of goes hard as that name, not gonna lie.
Hades for fun. Someone's gonna make that their name in the Discord now. You watch.
I mean, my son's Aries.
That's true.
Do Trunks in Dragon Ball DC? I dare you. We did.
We did.
There's a video.
Watch
with
it.
Canon. This guy voiced him.
Yep, I'm Trunks.
This is Trunks of Dragon Ball DC, ladies and gentlemen. We got him! We finally got him!
Congratulations.
That was my way in.
Well done, Ian.
did it.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
What if Goku was in any other shonen? Which one would he fit the best into?
One Piece.
You think so?
Yeah, it's silly. It's silly enough for him.
It's a world
Goku.
like that, yeah.
Goku is too stupid for Naruto.
Naruto has some throwaway characters, though.
Yeah, but
So-
Goku's just Goku. I feel like there's some stuff in Naruto that gets a little heavier that Goku's not quite necessarily built
If
for.
they can do Rock Lee and
I guess.
they can do Goku. I'm not saying he should.
I
be
don't.
He can't be a main character. He can be like a small feature.
Yeah, but like people would want him to be a main
Yeah,
character.
that's the thing.
Well, I guess people have no taste.
Yeah, this is
you
true.
know.
Naruto's already got the orange and blue color scheme.
Oh damn! I got a $20.
Oh, very
Yeah.
nice. Thank you. What was the name?
Jay the Real McCoy.
Thank you, Jay the Real McCoy.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to finish your conversation, or you want me to read it out?
Yeah, I was pretty much done. Just
Okay.
I'd say One Piece. She says Naruto. What do you say for Shonen for Goku?
I think probably One Piece. Just for the world itself, I agree with you.
You don't know that many, but out of the ones you do.
Fucking Trigun, because why not?
There you go. There's the
Why
answer.
not?
Ippo.
Ippo Goku would go hard. Ippo Takamura versus Goku.
Alright, so this one says, what if there was a first god, someone that the Grand Priest is terrified to fight, and Zeno is on guard because this entity could destroy him if given the opportunity and would be an endgame event?
That's definitely one of those like obvious like ways to go in terms of like how to up the escalation, and I wouldn't mind if Dragon Ball eventually does get past Zeno, but that just seems like so we're not even really definitively past Beerus yet. Like they keep putting in things, so the Angels and Grand Peace and Zeno, like it feels like how would we even get there for something that Zeno's terrified of? I wouldn't necessarily. I think the cool thing with Dragon Ball is though is they don't necessarily do those like endgame threats so obviously. There's always like a little twist, there's always a little subversion. So like when we meet Beerus for the first time, right, he's not like anything unexpected. He's super silly, he's really kind of lazy, and Whis is next to him, but they work so well as villains, and Beerus is still can be intimidating. So I'd want almost like a moment like that, where we have another type of battle of gods, where someone new comes in, which sets the new power scale, but we don't over make them so dry and so serious and make them the fantasy. We give them a little person and a character. You've got an idea that you had that would kind of fit of someone Zeno could be scared of. You'd want to share it.
Yeah, it's Star Trek. So there's this episode of Star Trek where like the crew lands on a planet and there's like some all-powerful being of light and energy that's like making them like fight each other and resurrecting them and stuff, and it got parodied in an episode of Futurama. And like the big twist ending for that is its parents come and tell him, hey, no, you've been bad, you're not playing with these toys right, go to your room. And then they're like, we're so sorry, he's just learning to be. And like, I just fucking do that with Zeno, just have Zeno's parents show up. Like everyone's like, oh, he's so childlike because of his grand power and pure innocence. No, he's literally a child. He's got a dad.
You can have
that'd be cool.
you can then that mean like the Grand Priest is just his favorite toy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the Grand Priest is just his Woody.
Yeah.
For-
Like, and Goku's fucking Buzz Lightyear.
yeah, exactly. He's the new hotness.
That's so funny.
That would be cool, but that's the way. That's the kind of thing. Is like that's the Toriyama way to do it. Is it's kind of silly, it's fun, but Zeno's
threat.
parents still sounds kind of scary, and Zeno himself is scary. So there's ways you could do that, which would I think would be good. So I think that would be the move to do it. Thanks for the super chat though.
Yeah. I've got two more of those, actually. One of them is from Chris DS.
It's Chris. Chris, my boy!
Yeah. $2, Alfie's Millionaire Fund.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Please continue to donate so I can buy back my company.
Wait, actually, I guess that's a fun thing. Could someone go through the super chats and find out how much money this has made to see if this is the buyback?
Oh my god, yes!
I'll do it. I'll keep track of it.
Yeah, let's try and buy back Geeks for Fun.
We bought it for $100, so we gotta make 100. Unga Bunga Antan. Cool to see y'all streaming. Definitely has been a hot minute. With which Marvel and DC heroes do you think would get under Naruto's skin the most? Thank you for the $5.
The ones like Naruto hates people who are like so self-serious and so cocky of themselves. So like anyone that's kind of, I think Naruto would hate Batman. I think he'd think Bruce Wayne is just an absolute poser, and like, because he's so cool as well, he'd be like, why is he so good at it? Like, that's what Naruto's clumsy and stuff, but he's so hardworking, so he'd anyone that kind of looks down on people as well, so Batman would be my DC pick as like the most obvious one, especially because he's a ninja as well, and like he'd probably tell Naruto off like, you're a ninja and you're wearing orange and blue, that's not very good. And like, I don't care what I wear.
Looks over at Robin.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me, what about him? The colours are confidence. Well, I'm pretty confident I could kick your ass.
Yeah.
So that'd be good.
Dude, you know how fucking funny it would be? Because I don't know shit about power scaling or anything. I don't know a goddamn thing about Naruto, but you know how much I would do it just for the seething rage it would create of Batman, just straight Batman, no like build up, no hype or anything, just taking Naruto down.
I mean, if he's a kid, I could believe
Because
it.
I was thinking of him as a kid too.
Yeah. If he's young Naruto, he probably could. Because Naruto as a kid is just such a klutz.
Yeah,
he
he's too hot-headed.
He gets beaten up by everybody. We were making the joke, we were watching, like, isn't this supposed to be my show?
Yeah.
Why do I keep losing?
I think for Marvel, I think he get really pissed off about Wolverine, but then both of them would get mad at the same thing and not realize that they're pretty similar when it comes to how hot-headed both of them are.
Wolverine versus Nine Tails Naruto would be really cool.
That'd be sick.
They asked
like-
for DC though, I think, in the comments. But
Oh, was it just DC? I
was
thought
it
it
just
was Marvel.
DC? Yeah.
Well, the Batman one. Do you have another one for DC there?
I think Batman just is pretty
Such the go-to.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's no like shortage of serious characters. Fucking just put Naruto in the Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
That's a bright spot.
Like everyone's just like super solemn and super serious, and he comes in like, "Hey, believe it."
Yeah.
I think honestly Raven would get on his nerves too because she's very.
Yeah, I can see that.
She's just like female Sasuke.
Basically, people would think, oh well, Beast Boy's kind of like Naruto, so but I think they would like clash, and
Yeah.
she would be too immature.
Naruto
for
would
it.
just be like, "What's a fucking problem?"
Yeah,
I think
basically. And they should-
Jason Todd.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd have. Jason
No?
Todd's kind of gruff as well. Like Jason Todd kind of hates himself, so like, I think Naruto would like talk no
As he
jutsu
should.
Jason Todd.
That's
He'd
Yeah.
be like,
I can see that.
I understand loneliness. He'd understand. He'd relate to him.
He did ask about Marvel too, so if
Oh,
you
good.
had some other Marvel ones.
There we
you could
go.
throw out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're
Besides
good.
just
My bad.
Wolverine.
Yeah,
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough like Marvel characters to and Naruto and itself. Like serious Marvel characters. Probably Captain America. Captain America is usually pretty like stern and serious.
Yeah, but I think Naruto's got like a cool. Naruto's kind of nice. Tony Stark, absolutely. He's so rich, and he just seems to not give a fuck about anyone. So even if he might try to be like, hey kid, you want like a new suit? Like he tried to like make him like the Homecoming Spider-Man thing, and Naruto's like, I don't need your hand-me-downs. How about you take the liquor off your breath? So I think that would be funny because Naruto's got a relationship with like one of his masters. Where like Pubby Sage like tells him off all the time, so like that with Iron Man, I think would actually be really funny. Is he call him like I don't know, Tin Can?
Drunk piece of shit.
Yeah, that also works.
Chris
That's
just
what I
sent
call
me-
him, too.
Chris donated.
Said
Just
that,
sent me
did
this.
you?
He's the one I was watching the video with last night, and there's that scene in the last Betrayed Coup video where I show up, like where Vegito asks for energy, so it zooms out of the screen, and I'm there editing the video.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that, man. That's fantastic.
We got a really good question. I like this one. What if Alfie played catch with his son?
Oof.
What would be the point? I mean, the kid's a lost cause. And you know, I'd rather play catch with my real son, the orange cat. So you know, I've got better things to do. But good question, yeah. And I'm glad that you gave me a name, but you didn't give my son a name, because that's how it should stay.
Damn.
Nameless.
Yeah.
I like this one. This one's fun. Antonio Cipallo. What if Godzilla was in the Dragon Ball universe?
Oh, that'd be fun.
I'd actually watch Dragon Ball.
We've talked about this one before.
Yeah, we have.
So like the idea of like because Gamera is in Dragon Ball, so Godzilla could just actually be in Dragon Ball and we just haven't met him yet. So like and it fits, but like I think the idea of Godzilla as a natural force of Earth, because so many Dragon Ball things, right, is the villain is either man-made, the evil of humanity, or an alien. Godzilla being the Earth itself, that maybe views Saiyans as an invasive species, and so it sends Godzilla out to take them out, could be really, really cool.
That's good.
And obviously you want to have Godzilla Goku do a beam clash. Like, obviously. I think the coolest form to do against Godzilla would be Super Saiyan Blue, because then you both have them both, like, shine blue with it. I think Godzilla as well should probably have God Ki, because it's Godzilla. And it's the king of the monsters.
Yeah.
Like, I think you make Godzilla, like, the opposite of the Hakaishin, where it's, like, the god of destruction the Earth itself made. Or a human, because of the bomb going off or something. Something like that. Like, we somehow have made a god of destruction. I think
That's really cool.
I think the way I'd do it is probably, like, maybe eventually get to that level, but I'd start it out, like, kind of small scale. I would like to I think I'd make Godzilla a recurring villain, which I know Dragon Ball doesn't really have, besides Frieza now, I guess. Where I'd introduce him all the way back in the original series against Kid Goku.
Okay.
And have him keep coming back, because that's kind of the interesting thing that's been, I guess, crafted around Godzilla through all the years of film, is he keeps coming back and getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Like, anytime he's defeated, he comes
And
back.
chunkier, apparently.
Yeah, he gets bigger.
Like, he's
Bigger
better
and,
every
like,
film.
just more of a threat, and, like,
Leave him
just
alone, his wife's dead.
mutates and just gets, weirder and weirder. So, like, what you were talking about is by the time you get to, like, the Super era stuff, you got, like, Shin Godzilla. Like, you start off with, like, you could do it, like, as the progression. You could do it, like, the first time Kid Goku original Dragon Ball manga on fucking, like, Mount Paozu is like the 54 Godzilla. And then just as, like, different eras in Goku's life.
I think you probably want to do
sagas.
the 54 Godzilla as someone like Roshi 4. And then Godzilla comes out and, like, Roshi's like, I thought I beat him. It's like kind of the King Piccolo type thing. And then it's just like he keeps going from it. And then Kami's like, wait, I thought I beat him. And then he keeps going back and stuff.
Since the beginning.
Yeah,
So that's really cool.
and then as they get deeper and deeper, they learn more. And by the time you get to Super, Beerus recognizes, it's like, oh yeah, some planets have stuff like this. You really shouldn't mess with that, because it's going to keep coming back stronger and stronger. Like, Beerus is like, I could Hakai it, but it wouldn't do anything. It would come back again, even from Hakai.
That's cool.
that's
That's
cool.
really cool.
Well, Sanji's down to do it. Sanji said, do it. Let me fight Godzilla. So Sanji's ready.
Well, maybe that'd be a good video. Maybe that could be a collab. We'll say.
Are there any sci-fi villains / neutral threat types you would like to see the Doctor encounter? Ooh, Doctor Who discussion. Let's go.
In my own home, Ian! In my own home.
What was the question?
What are some? Are there any sci-fi villains / neutral threat types you would like to see the Doctor encounter? So, like, the one I was talking about with Alfie and Steve the other day is like, just fucking give me Predator and the Doctor. Just do it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Fucking, like, Predator just fits. You can throw Predator anywhere, it just works. So fuck it, just do it as a crossover. Throw Predator and Doctor Who. I was talking, I think, with Doge, who asked the question about this in the Discord. So I've got this pitch for one. It could only be done as, like, a comic that would have to basically be its own continuity. But the entire pitch is, you take, like, the most iconic Doctor. You take the fourth Doctor, and yet you open the comic with him, like, stumbling around the TARDIS, looking very, like, ill. And then he just collapses over. Fucking chestburster comes out.
Oh, that'd be crazy!
Doctor regenerates, new Doctor, who I probably, like, to show that it's its own independent continuity, I'd probably not make it Davidson, I'd make it someone else, just, like, completely new face. Has to deal with a xenomorph, Time Lord hybrid, like, running amok in the TARDIS.
That's cool. That's a really cool idea.
Yeah, so that'd be, like, a fun one, but it could only be a fucking comic book, because no way that gets any kind of live action adaptation.
No, but I mean, the comic rights Alien is popped up in so many different companies. I think they could definitely get away with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one's so those are my twos, Alien and Predator, because those guys can show up fucking everywhere. It's great.
I'll join those picks as well. I
Yeah.
really like Ian's pitch. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader versus Doctor.
I mean, yeah, we had a Star Wars Doctor Who pitch for a while.
Really?
Me and you did, yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna use a sonic screwdriver to turn off a lightsaber.
Yeah, that was the joke I had. I don't remember much else beyond that.
We had something as well, like the Daleks versus the Empire,
Ah,
and the Doctor in the middle to just try and stop the war. Because of the Time War, a galaxy far, far away could spread over to that. So you've got that period in between A New Hope and Episode 3, but there's not really any Jedi and stuff, so it's just Vader and the Emperor versus the Daleks, and the Doctor like goes to the Emperor, and he has to still team up with the Empire because the Daleks will blast. So is he? I mean, very regrettably.
He could like the thing that can make him come around is he actually like goes into the past of Vader. Like he looks at Vader's timeline.
Yeah, he knows.
And it's
so,
like
yeah.
he sees like where he started and where he's gonna end up. It's like, if I know how
This
to
is
do it.
gonna work. Like Darth Vader, he could turn off his life support system and kill him. But he's like, Darth Vader's a fixed point in time. I can't mess with that. That's an important historical thing. I think that would be cool.
That's really cool.
dope. I like these ideas.
Yeah.
These are all fun.
And you could even do the thing where like Darth Vader tries to force choke him, and the Doctor like says like David is like, wow, that's not gonna work really because we Time Lords, we don't really exist in the same way as you. We've got a higher level. So he's outside of time. It's like the Force doesn't work on Time Lords. You'd need to be a Time Lord and a Jedi to hurt another Time Lord. Would that be really cool?
Doctor regenerates into a Force user.
Yeah, I could do.
My metachlorian count is finally high enough.
I think the third Doctor's a pretty good Force user. I mean, he's got the hands for it.
We got a question from Amy too. Favorite DC comics, either a series or a specific issue, if there is one.
Okay. My favorite DC comic of all time is All Star Superman. That is the obvious answer, of course, but that's just my number one.
I made you watch that movie. Talking to Amy. Amy asked that question.
They're like,
I
what
made you
you
do
did?
this. He did too. So
yeah.
it's a rite of passage. It's a nerd rite of passage.
Everyone's got to watch the All Star Superman movie if they don't read the comic at least. It's not as good as the comic by any means, but it's a fine film.
For me, it's I don't know the issue number specifically, but it's Death's first appearance in Sandman. The Sun Over Wings. It's the most beautiful issue I've ever read. I love it so much.
Great fucking comic. Sandman series is great. Tom King's Batman is great. Fucking, I used to have an answer to this. It's like, this single comic book is my favorite. And there's so many, like, good moments and stuff. Underrated thing is a backup of all things, and I think it's Detective number 700, where it's called In the Dark, and it's just, like, it's kind of my go-to for years for people like, oh, Batman could, fix crime if he just, supported the economy better. And it's just about, like, a child's been kidnapped, and Batman is scouring the whole fucking city to find him and doing, like, everything in his power to get this kid out. And it just keeps cutting back between what Batman's doing and what this kid is doing to try to stay alive. And it's just, like, less than 10 pages, and it's a beautiful, like, perfect kind of Batman comic. So, I got a lot of answers, I guess.
There's this other one. You wouldn't know what I'm talking about. I think if I remember correctly, it's a Fantastic Four issue where it's the Thing.
Is the Thing in Franklin?
Yeah, that one. That one is so good.
So after Franklin gets back from hell, he's traumatized. I think I was telling you about this one as well. And Ben like helps him like see life again. Like life's gonna go better. Even it's like very good. Like the Thing, like kind of acknowledging like how hard life can be and like not sugarcoating that to a kid. And like that's something very rarely you see in like fiction of like normally when we treat the kids we're like no everything's gonna be alright. It's like the Thing sitting down like hey no everything's never gonna be alright. You're gonna be fighting for your life every single day, especially in this family. But there are people who love you and you fight for them as well. And like that makes you go through the day. Like I think that's really good as shit.
Yeah, it's really really good.
What would you say for you?
I never finished DC runs, honestly.
It could be any comic.
Any comic?
Any comic.
Me with Marvel.
I want to say Alias is still my favorite. It's not the best. It's definitely not the best, but it's still my favorite. It still
Bendis
has...
was on his high in that period.
We don't talk about Bendis.
Okay.
We don't credit Bendis.
Alias written by an unknown ghostwriter.
Exactly. Nobody. We don't know who wrote it.
Talk said that also, just circling back a little bit, Talk said that Batman and Matt Murdock would have the same effect on Naruto, and I agree.
Yeah, Naruto, I think, would have very much tolerance for Matt Murdock either. I think, especially when he's like
Too brooding.
trying to flirt with every woman in the village.
Okay, here's one. Uzumaki7, what does Shiva think about her daughter seeing Goku as her father?
I think Shiva respects Cassandra seeing that as like a path, but Shiva, I think, would think that's an unnecessary connection because her whole journey was through wanting revenge for the death of her sister, but then when she got that, she realized that it didn't really change anything, so now she doesn't even really think about it. It's still kind of a sore spot, but Shiva's whole thing is she went through a lot of journey and meditation to kind of become more than human, to be above attachments. It's almost very Jedi in that way, of just being very zen. So she'd see that as Cassandra as something that she needs to grow past. It's like, okay, that's fine if that helps you on your path, but to become the true person you need to be, you should not think of yourself as having any family. Like, she would say, don't think of me as your mother. Like, I don't think of you as my daughter. Like, just be...
Which is
you.
kind of fucked up.
It is
in its
extremely
own way,
fucked
right?
up, but it's what she believes is the best way to become, like, the peak of martial arts, at least in her opinion. She's not objectively right, but she's got a good argument for it because she's pretty fucking good at it.
It reminds me of that scene in Obi-Wan where he's like, I think I had a brother.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, you realize, yeah, it is kind of fucked up the Jedi take him so young, right?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, like so. Batman vs. Hellraiser. Yeah, no, that fit.
Batman.
Like, you gotta lean into the S&M though, otherwise I'm out.
Does Hellraiser not lean into the S&M?
No, like if this, you did the story, you can't just, oh yeah, torture. No, lean into the S&M.
I think you just end up with the Batman who laughs at that point. He looks like a Hellraiser villain.
Yeah, right. That's true.
What do you think DC Goku's favorite DC villain to face off against is?
It'd be someone who's like really strong and then just keeps coming back. Honestly, if I had to act, like if I just think about how I write the character and like what was his favorite fight, aside from like Vegeta and stuff, I'd probably say Rogozar. I probably think because he probably, and the same way that Frieza was like in the moment, he's like, I hate you, die, that kind of thing. But after that, he'd be like, man, that guy had my number. Like that guy had me beat so many times if I didn't get help. Like I think he would have really liked to fight Rogozar again, one-on-one, no Super Saiyan, and see if he could take him now. Like I think that's something Kakarot would want. So Rogozar, and Rogozar also had that warrior mentality. Was he prideful? And Goku like respects that. So my pick would be, of the ones on screen that we've shown, Rogozar. And any other potential one, we'll have to see if they fight one day or something.
Mine's Lobo.
Lobo.
Yeah, I think Lobo, and like that was early days.
Yeah.
And things like Lobo and Goku would just fucking get along. Like someone made the thing like, oh yeah, Lobo's showed up. He's had speaking roles. I'm like, no, he's never had speaking roles. He's shown up in the series twice. We've never given him a speaking role. And like the problem is, Lobo would be a great character for like a run.
Yeah.
If this were like an actual comic where just every couple, like maybe every 10 issues or something, Lobo just shows up and it's just like, all right, let's go, let's scrap.
Yeah.
Would be the thing, because I think those two would just get along, and you know, it'd be annoying for like the Justice League, because they see Lobo as like this huge threat, this like problem that needs to be dealt with, and he just keeps coming back to Earth because he's Goku's friend now.
Yeah.
It's good content, and maybe it's worth like a short or a one-off someday, just to do some of that, like the fights of Lobo, do like different eras of times they fought. But just as far as like, it just doesn't really fit in like a really good way with our sagas. Because it's more meant for like a one-shot comic, the kind of dynamic, at least I have in my head.
Yeah, those are good picks.
We're getting close to the hour mark. We said, what, about an hour and a half?
Yeah, that's good for me.
Okay.
So, folks, if you're watching this and you want to get in super quick things, now's the time to post them.
Is Joker still upset that Kakarot is funnier than him? Well,
he's definitely not happy about it.
Yeah,
which is rare for him.
Yeah, it's the thing that like makes him not like him. So Joker's showing up in the next episode. Maybe you'll get some answers about that one. What does Lothar think about Goku's virus? Does he think about it as a way to make him look better, or does he genuinely want to help him?
He generally wants to help him, and his main goal is seeing it as a challenge to overcome for his intelligence. And it's Lex Luthor's intelligence, so he wants to get it solved. There's hardly some things he can't solve, it's just a matter of time. But no, he wouldn't view it in any way as like a thing, because Kakarot's another Justice League member, and Lex would want to strengthen the Earth against threats and stuff, so it wouldn't make sense for Kakarot to be weak in his thing. That's why I want to help him.
What are you guys' favorite comic runs in recent memory?
I just read Lex Luthor, Man of Steel.
That's a really good one.
I like that one a lot. I'm gonna be reading Woman of Tomorrow soon. I haven't started it yet, but I have it. I heard that's good. You like that's probably your favorite in the recent ones.
Yeah, that's probably the best recent thing I've read. That and Immortal Hulk are the two like.
No, I need to read that. You can tell me about it.
And Immortal Hulk's really long, so it's not as quick to read as.
Social.
Yeah, come in.
Come snuggle with us.
Yeah, no,
this is the snuggle
you
there.
two can snuggle together.
This is Snuggle for Fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we have the comic runs, is Immortal Hulk's really good, but it's longer. If you want something short that's really, really good, is Woman of Tomorrow. Do you have any modern ones, Luis?
The Spider-Man Life Story.
That's really good.
Spider-Man Life Story I like a lot, but I think it's probably it.
It's not super recent. I loved Harleen. That was a good 3-issue run.
I think that's in terms of like it's less than 5 years old.
Yeah. I've been waiting for that book for like 3 years, and then the fact that it's not going to get a sequel because Cedric's health has failed him just like breaks my heart.
Maybe if he would stop writing porn stuff for like the Sirens, maybe he would have time to actually write a decent book. Maybe if he stopped drawing porn art for every single thing he ever did.
No thanks. Nope. I think he's chosen the right path.
This is why I have to work with folks. Maybe we could make a sequel to Harleen, or maybe draw some S&M. We know what Ian picks.
Yeah, so Harleen's really good. Tom King's Batman I've already talked about. I liked the Steve Orlando Wonder Woman run that was kind of intermixed with G. Willow Wilson. It was so funny because G. Willow Wilson, who's the writer and creator of Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, she came onto Wonder Woman and was like, oh yeah, hype, this like great female comic writer is coming onto Wonder Woman. And her stuff was like, yeah, it's okay. Then Steve Orlando just randomly fucking popped off intermittent in her run and just kind of stole the show, honestly. I think Steve Orlando kind of stole her thunder and took it away and did a much better run, unfortunately. I guess it's just because men are better writers. I don't know what.
You know what? This is why he works for Smugstick.
I have a question for you guys. What would DBDC Goku think of regular Goku and vice versa?
Well, we got to have on the stream with Masako and Sanjay. They got to hang out and meet.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'd be pretty cool with it because Goku, thinking of himself, doesn't necessarily have that many opinions.
Yeah.
He's kind of just like, oh, that guy's nice, and then he moves on.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing would be I think Kakarot Kent would probably feel bad that regular Goku didn't get to have like a mom. And vice versa, Goku would probably feel bad that Kakarot Kent didn't get to have a grandpa or like a father figure. I think
Jonathan Erasure.
Yeah, I mean Jonathan died when he was like a toddler. He never got to meet him.
Hell.
Jonathan died in DBDC pretty quick.
Goku killed him.
Yeah, he died. So I think that would probably be the thing if they learned more about each other, that they'd be like, oh, well, maybe this. I think Kakarot Kent would be incredibly jealous of all the cool like training and like techniques that DBZ Goku got to, and like he gets to go to martial arts tournaments all over the world, and everyone like loves that in his world. Everyone wants to fight. Kakarot would be like, bunch of losers on this planet, they're all saving people. Why don't we have that more often? Why do we guys why don't we have meetings and teams? Why don't we just meet up occasionally to fight a big bad guy? This guy's got the right idea.
Yeah.
And Kakarot would be like super kind of annoyed that like the Dragon Ball Z world seems way more like his speed. And then DBZ Goku, looking at it, would probably want to fight like the Justice League members.
That's what
like,
I was thinking.
Oh, you got to race the Flash? I wish I got to do that. So that would probably be the extent of it. Other than that, they'd basically be the exact same person.
I mean, it's funny because we've talked about this a lot, where one of my favorite, like, features, and it's like a very underrated thing within the context of the series, but I just think it's, like, really cool the more you focus on it, wherein Kakarot, growing up, he and Kid Goku start at the same space, but Kid Goku takes, like, such an immediate lead just because of getting raised by Gohan, that it takes Kakarot years and years and years to catch up, but then when he does, because of who Kakarot gets trained by, he just takes this, like, an even bigger leap ahead. So the funny thing is, up until the, like, 21st Budokai, Goku demolishes Kakarot in every conceivable, like, fight that they could have at any age point. But then, once you get past the 21st Budokai, it's completely flipped. And I just think that's like such a fun little like detail as like a power scaling thing of how much that head start changes. And
now it takes until like Goku needs to get Super Saiyan God to beat current Kakarot.
Yep. And current Kakarot can't. Just maybe he can still grow. Who knows? You know, it's just great details and stuff like that. I love it.
Too bad the series is canceled by me.
Yeah, nah. Our biggest moneymaker canceled. Wow, you should go work for WP.
Yeah, right.
Dragon Ball DC has now been locked in the same folder as Batgirl.
Oh.
I hope everyone downloaded the episodes because they're gone now.
Yeah. Series was finished too.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay, this one I saw earlier. I wanted to go back to because it's related to what we were just talking about. What is Kakarot Kent's favorite food? And it is Martha Kent's apple pies, which you can't have anymore. Sad.
Damn.
Sad.
I like her apple pies too.
I don't like the way you word it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that sentence, but the fact that you said it. Let's see here. Does Cassandra think Dick is worthy of the mantle of Batman?
Yeah.
It depends on whose, but
Leave this man.
She's a kid.
Yeah.
oh wait.
No, Cassandra really
It's never stopped
appreciates
before.
Richard. She thinks he's a good Batman. She thinks he does Bruce proud, and she respects that. Like he would have probably been Bruce's pick. She probably doesn't think he's as good as Bruce is because she's got a very specific idea of what the symbol of Batman means. And even Bruce doesn't necessarily live up to what Cassandra views him. Like, Cassandra has, like, she's the one that believes in the idea of Batman as a symbol more than any other character, except for, like, even Damien necessarily doesn't have that, like, unwavering faith. Like, Damien will get there, but then he'll kind of doubt it sometimes. Cassandra 100% is ride or die. Batman is the solution to Gotham's problem. Batman is a symbol of hope. You can't break any of the rules. I don't think it's possible for anyone to live up to that. And even if Cassandra became Batman herself, I think that's probably an issue she'd run into, where she'd constantly self-doubt herself that she's not doing it as well as she could be.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be like a conflict, because her view of it is just so pure and so like unwavering, and like this is what Batman should be, that even Batman himself couldn't live up to that.
What if Mortal Kombat characters were in Dragon Ball?
Ooh, I like that one.
I get to ask that one a
What
lot.
Mortal Kombat character would you like?
Melina would look cool in Dragon
Melina
Ball.
would be cool in
Yeah.
Dragon Ball,
You
yeah.
could like just see the art for it, if nothing else.
Yeah, I like Johnny Cage in like early Dragon Ball art style would be really cool.
Johnny Cage is in
versus-
Dragon Ball.
Johnny Cage versus Mr. Satan. Would be
Yeah,
like-
that'd be great. No, I would love that. That would do something because I love Mortal Kombat.
I do
That'd be
too.
fun. Yeah, you
What to
should.
play tonight?
Oh, that'd be fun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, so that was a good one.
Yeah. Okay, here's another DPDC question asking about plot. So get your blinders on. Luther mentioned that he will save Goku even if he has to bend time itself. Is that alluding to time travel to save him, or is that just random?
I mean, Lex Luthor is nothing if not very capable, so time travel as an option wouldn't be off the table for him, but if he does that, or does he need it, or does he go that route, who's to say?
Trunks. Confirmed.
There he is.
Mm-hmm.
We did it. We did it, Joe. Well done again.
I'd really like a story like that one Batman episode where Superman wears Batman's suit and stuff, but it's Kakarot instead. That would be.
There's a
fun.
Batman episode?
Well, that happens a lot in different comics. There's
Oh, yeah?
like They do that in the Batman Superman movie, kinda, where they dress up as Hawkman and Captain Marvel to get into the debate.
That's right.
Brave and the Bold did it, where like they swap like the master stuff, and I think that's always fun. Like the Superman one, which is funny, which they did in the animated series, where Bane like fights Superman, and he starts lifting this giant pillar, and Bane's like, "What the hell?" And then Robin's like, yeah, he's been working out." That would be cool to do with Kakarot. Of like, maybe. You know what? This is so funny. He'd have to fight Deathstroke because Deathstroke would be like, "I can beat you, Batman. You're not as good as
That's
martial
pretty
artist."
good.
And then he starts fighting him, and it's like,
Breaks his
"This
hand.
feels weird. Wait a minute." And then the door, he gets like a sword slash on him, and like part of his hair pops out the mask, and Deathstroke's like runs away. That'd be funny.
See, that's good because like they did it to me, man. I'm already doing the thing like you start the story off where like Batman gets like really fucked up on something stupid like
Yeah.
grapple doesn't work or something, right? And he's just like out of commission. It's like someone needs to wear the cape, and fucking Dick, because Kakarot's his hero at that point, just brings in Goku to start beating
That's
Batman
no.
around
I
town.
need to see that now, dude. Oh
That'd
my
be
god.
so
That's
good.
so good. That's
Just
too good.
Fucking Goku driving the Batmobile and trying to put the like cowl on at the same time.
That could be a short or something.
Yeah,
Like, you guys
that's
should do that
pretty
shit.
Good. I like that a lot. That's fun. That's got a lot of potential. Thank you, Ash.
I like this question. What if Goku... Oh, no, sorry. Wrong. In terms of pure brains, who do you think is smarter, Lex Luthor or Dr. Doom?
It's gotta be Lex.
Yeah.
It's
I agree.
gotta
I
be
guess it
Lex.
has to. Even I agree.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Lex is smarter, but Doom is more versatile.
Yeah, because
Doom's got his
magic
hands
and
in more pots.
Yeah.
Like, Lex doesn't know anything about
Doesn't.
swords because he doesn't want to. It's not like he couldn't. It's just Lex has a very specific, specialized field that he wants to do.
shit. Now here's the question, though, right? So like Doom's got the sorcery and the technology and technomancy, let's call it.
Yeah.
Technomancy,
Like
yeah.
kind of fucking down, but like there's that old quote of like there's that idea of, do you fear someone who practices more things? Or do you fear someone who's perfected one thing?
Yeah, and I think just if you compare who they go against, Doctor Doom gets beaten by the Fantastic Four. Lex Luthor gets beaten by Superman.
Lex Luthor wins against Superman a lot
So
of times too.
I'm sorry,
Damn.
did Aaron voice you? This Lex propaganda is pretty good. Oh,
I like Lex.
I agree 100%. So Lex, I think, would be pretty much, if say they had a game of chess, Lex would probably win. It's not going to be easy. I think that's going to probably be the hardest. There's very rare Lex meets someone who's even in his ballpark of intelligence. So he'd probably be really like that. He'd probably be like, well, I normally fight with the apes. This guy's actually pretty good. But he'd be like, but a smart monkey is still a monkey. Like that kind of like he'd still he'd reveal that final thing. So that'd be cool. I'd love to see Lex Luthor and Doom interact. I think that'd be a really interesting conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe Ian's supporting me.
I like Lex
Wasn't
Luthor.
like-
I've always liked Lex Luthor.
Doom's cooler though.
He's got more drip.
I mean, yeah, but style points only carry you so far. Like, Lex Luthor is... And he's done... You can't really do Doom wrong. Like, it's hard to do...
I think the live action.
Yeah,
movies
but
with
the
this
same.
one too.
I mean, like in comic, like when they're in comic canon, he's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
He's easy to write. He's very easy to write because he's not as he's flashier. He's more eccentric.
Theatric, yeah.
He's like,
He fights people more. He
Mhm.
like comes down.
yeah.
They're but very good villains.
I like this one a lot. Will we be seeing God forms in DVDC? I'd love to see God Goku and God Vegeta versus Darkseid, and Vegeta's like, "Hey, Darkseid, guess what? Vegeta is."
That'd be really funny. It's just a question of like how would they get them, because is there any way to know about the ritual without Shenron and like that knowledge? Because are they even in the same universe that Planet Sadala was in?
Is
So,
there even God Key?
there's possibilities. That nothing's off the table in terms of forms, but it's just about if it fits the story, if we want to do it. So yeah, we'll see.
What would Scorpion from Mortal Kombat think of Goku or Vegeta?
He'd hate them both.
He'd want them to get over that.
Yeah, he'd hate them both like a lot. And he'd try to drag Goku to hell multiple times.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know fuck about Scorpion.
I think Sub-Zero would get along better with them than Scorpion would.
Get over here.
Oh, at least like I'm thinking of like early Scorpion, before he went back to being like a normal human being, but because then he's a little nicer.
Lemon, what's your guys' favorite saga that so far that you have all made and released?
I think, well, the Doom Saga is my favorite, but it's not done. But we're pretty far into it. I guess though, just outside of that, in terms of just DBDC stuff, I'd probably say the Entity Saga. For me, just in terms of like we got to do a lot of stuff. Even then, there's a lot of stuff I changed, so I have a complex relationship with it. But Entity Saga until Doom Saga is finished, and then my answer will change to Doom Saga.
Bombshells.
Really? What's your favorite one?
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
it's better than all the rest.
It
Go
was,
watch Bombshells.
it was more fun to work on Bombshells too. I think
The
Bombshells
Khalifa
was
is still the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, thank you.
Like-
Thank you.
I love
Go watch
this.
Bombshells.
Yeah, go watch Bombshells. Wait, do a sponsored segment for Bombshell. Can we cancel all of DC
Just to
DVDC
give
except
all
Bombshells?
Yeah.
It's
Let's
just
do that.
Bombshells
Let's do
now.
that works. There's like girls. There's at least more girls now. So.
Yeah, more girls equals more tits in the
Yeah.
thumbnail.
Caulifla. So.
Yeah.
What if Caulifla from Bombshells was Goku's sister?
There we
That's
go.
nice.
Oh, shut up!
Was Kakarot Ken's
I
sister?
refuse to push your incest friends. I won't do it. I won't do it.
She says no.
No, I have standards. How much are you paying though?
Well, he's got a spare hundy.
Yeah, we need more donations. We haven't bought back the channel yet.
It's a lost cause.
Kratos versus Vegeta, who would win? I like that one. That'd be fun.
Kratos is kind of crazy. Though.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kratos is just a straight up villain.
I think that'd be a good fight though. I'd like to see Ultra Ego Vegeta versus like Warrior Madness Kratos.
Yeah.
And they're just ripping each other's arms off and shit.
Yeah.
They just, both of them die at the end is the answer. They both just enjoy their fight and go berserker mode.
I think Vegeta is a little too. Vegeta likes to see his like enemies suffer. Kratos just finishes them off.
Yeah, Kratos is
So
pretty
I
ruthless.
think Kratos might have an upper hand at that point.
Yeah, we'll see. I think that'd be a cool one. I'm surprised Death Battle hasn't done that one, honestly.
Yeah, you're right.
I think they've done some stuff with Kratos and with Vegeta.
Yeah, they've done
I feel like they're
separately.
just. They're so focused on power scaling. You could probably make a good argument that Vegeta's just so far beyond.
I mean, you
stuff
could
we
do.
see
I've
about.
seen a lot of people do the same for Kratos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Crazy
the thing.
So
Yeah, fair enough.
they've done mismatches before anyway.
You might
be
get
cool
like a
animation.
DBX out of it,
Yeah.
like when they don't do any of the analysis and it's
They
just the
they
fight.
just go.
Yeah. Are any of the Bat family physically stronger or more skilled because of their close relationship with Kakarot?
There's not really an overlap in terms of. I guess Cassandra is. She's the obvious one. She's a lot stronger. Everyone else, though, I don't think really changes much because their training's very specialized, and the issue with like Bat family training is you can't really pick up new things because it kind of like. It's that thing of when you really like say you have an RPG, right, and you make a very specialized build. You can't just then adapt to a new thing because Kakarot's way of fighting is completely different from Batman, and we like talked about that when we did the Yellow Lantern fight. Is like Batman teaches his students all mental precision. Like the Sherlock Holmes, Robert Downey Jr. like fight scene of like you think out every single movement
I
before you
love
do it. Goku's not like at all. So anything he teaches, I think the one person to be the most receptive of it would be Dick Grayson because he's also kind of like that. So maybe Dick Grayson picked up a couple staff tricks. Maybe like the Teen Titans.
Oh, I can like
Yeah, so
all
maybe
together.
he got some couple like Ryu Jingu Bang like star stuff from that. Maybe he did a couple of flips that are a bit more Goku style. Maybe he did like the Goku pose. I can see Nightwing doing that. So he's the only one that he would have got a massive improvement, but he probably would have just because he likes Kakarot a lot. He probably got some star points and copied some of Goku's like stances and stuff.
Yeah, I think the thing with the Bat family is when you look at what Bruce's training is he went all over the world and mastered every single fighting style, which is one of those things where like that sounds really cool and really hype, but like if you're switching between every single fighting style, again, that means you're not the best at any one of those things. Whereas Goku also went around the world training, but like he kept getting rejected and didn't really learn much, and because of just the way that he naturally learns to fight and combat and take down opponents, he didn't learn fighting styles, he learned how to beat fighting styles. So it's just the scales are just too far apart there. And so especially one of the Jason Todd books talked about this, which was kind of cool. Where it's like Jason Todd trained under Batman, and Batman taught him everything he learned from martial arts masters all over the world, except he taught him like a Diet Coke version of those because a lot of these techniques are intended to kill, and Batman edited them ever so slightly to make sure they don't kill. And so when Jason like turned the techniques back on for the killing strike, he became so much more of a threat than any other member of the Bat family besides maybe Cassandra. So it's just interesting things to think about in those ways. Like Bruce's training is a very specific, very like weirdly specific thing.
I guess we're rounding down, guys. Do you want to do like the next 4 questions?
Sure.
Mind if I step out for a few minutes?
No
while you
problem.
guys
Go
do
ahead.
that? Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Let's see. Another one of Kakarot Kent betrayed and trapped in the Phantom Zone.
Sometimes he has to be.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. Does Cassandra one-shot people in town to train more like Kakarot? Yes. Can DC Goku defeat someone like Anti-Monitor? I'd probably say no, because the Anti-Monitor's like, he's on that level of DC where it takes like the entire, like, not just the Justice League, but like multiple Earths Justice League to team up.
Yeah.
I don't think he's on that level yet. So I'd say the Anti-Monitor in DBDC would be Goku on his own. What if Ash got his rematch against Smugstick?
He'd lose.
He says it. What day is DBCC episode 9 coming out on YouTube? At the moment, I'm probably thinking next Wednesday.
You mean this coming Wednesday?
Yeah, this coming Wednesday, thank you. What if Kakarot wore Jordans?
He drip. Got some drip.
He said it, not me. So when will the peer pressure cause Geek to make Casty the Chaos Cannon? You're going to have to do a couple more donations if you want that peer pressure to kick in. You can't hide from this question forever. Forget, it's just Chimp doing the same thing. Okay, yeah, that all seems good. There's not much Ash personally, that's right, buffering. How will DC Goku perfect fusion? There's no Metamorians or Potara earrings, so he can't learn that fusion. If he was going to do fusion, it would have to be like a DC version of it. So look up on Google DC characters fusing and see which ones maybe Goku could learn. What if Goku was in the boys universe?
I don't like the boys.
Yeah, I'm not. He beats Homelander and tells him to train some more.
Yeah, right.
Smugstick, your days are numbered. From Ash.
The elemental hero Deck got nerfed. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but the boy didn't.
Yeah, I know.
It's the man.
It's
not
the abilities, bro.
Yeah, it's the duelist, not the cards.
I make the cards good.
Exactly. Superman has a large fan base in universe. Does Kakarot Ken have a fan club? Not as much. He's kind of low key compared to everyone else. He doesn't do patrols. He doesn't travel around the world in the same way. He kind of just sticks to himself. So he's got some people that know his name and like Metropolis and stuff, but his impact is more similar to say like Spider-Man in Marvel, where like people in New York know him, but once you get to the worldwide stuff, they're like, who? I don't know that guy. So Kakarot is nowhere near the world figure that Superman is. Superman, when he came on, was the most important day in human history. Like Superman became like the guy. Goku isn't that dude. He's just not the same type of person.
It's just not the guy, bro.
It's kind of like me and you.
Yeah.
You're just not the guy, bro.
Damn.
Well, there's the Lightning Method from Mars Run. Because DC recently fusing Batman and Green Lantern Superman. What other characters we can see in DBDC? Potentially anyone then. Will they spam the entities later on in the series like the Dragon Balls? No. The entity saga is done and we're not going to repeat that. That's like a very much a one-off deal. What if DBDC instead of Jaro, Kakarot, Kentok, and Starro? Speaking of Jaro,
Come here.
it'd be the man himself. We might have another guest star, fellas.
I'll get the guest star.
Get the boy.
Get the guest star.
Ugh. So,
Has this.
What if I gave you Geeky Gentleman instead, and I got to keep my channel?
It's not the same value.
What if I gave you a cheeky,
A cheeky.
Now we're talking.
the usual, the Smugstick. Oh my goodness
We have
me!
a special guest.
It's a
Aw.
man. This is the king, everyone.
Say
This
hi.
is the true head of Geeks for Fun.
He doesn't want to sit with us.
He doesn't want to be on camera because he doesn't want to be revealed as a member of the Illuminati. But he is. So everyone say hi, King, in the chat.
Hi.
We love the King. Mwah.
Oh my god, Return of the King.
He's the best boy. And now he must be free. Oh my god, King. Oh, here's a bunch of nuts. At King. He solos. Del Monte has arrived, aka King. What would a bizarre version of Kakarot Ken or Vegeta be like? You ever watched Dragon Ball Evolution?
Someone asked if you guys were ever gonna do an Injustice storyline.
No, we're not going to do Injustice because I don't like the Injustice storyline.
Yeah, she's kind of poop.
They've asked it like a million
It's
times.
kinda
I feel
lame.
like.
They love Injustice.
Really?
Yeah, everyone just... It's because it's one of
Oh.
The Blue Yeti.
Dude, okay, I think I fixed that.
Oh, okay. The stream's still going.
Yeah.
It looked like it had wound. Did it down.
Close.
All the
People can hear me at least, but I'm
the laptop.
quiet for you because I'm using the laptop thing, you know? Yeah. Alright, fellas, let's do 2 more questions. Geek will help answer them very up close and personal that we end there. You get one-on-one time with Mr. For Fun.
So
And
that
hope-
sound returned. Fixed now. We can hear you now. Can you hear all of us? Whatever.
whatever. Okay. I'll just sit here and look. You know.
Andre Partridge seems upset that no one's answered his questions, but not seen him. So 1 sec, I'll see if I can go find one.
Let's see if you can find that.
Yeah.
Andre Partridge, we shall not leave you alone, Mr. Andre.
Hey, quick question: how would DC Goku react towards someone like Lobo? Watch part 1. Watch the Super Saiyan Saga part 4. And watch earlier in this live stream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
we
you
did
go.
talk about it.
That's what you did. My head's like blocking Aaron as well.
I know it's fine. You're good.
You said just 2 more questions? Or
Yeah,
do you
one
want-
more.
Okay. How many races in Dragon Ball DC hate the Saiyans?
A lot. Probably hundreds, if not thousands.
Personally speaking, Latinos don't really mess with them either.
Yeah, I can beat you up, Luis.
So that's how we're gonna end the stream.
Fucking Luis keeps laughing and scaring a cat. That's so funny. It's only his laugh.
It's a aspect of it.
This is just why we can't take him anywhere. So, thankfully, I've managed to go over this contract. The good thing is that thanks to Carfu's Dojo, who actually bought out Smugstick's rights
It was a hostile takeover behind the scenes.
by making the Betrayed and Trapped video, and then Masako X Betrayed and Trapped video, they've actually copyright infringed Smugstick so much that he actually doesn't even have $100 to his name. He's homeless right now and will be sleeping on this couch. So, Geeks for Fun still back in business, baby! Woo!
I'm so glad I could save us from your horrible mistakes and decisions, Alfie.
Anyway, bye everyone. We're going to be leaving soon. So everyone say bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming on the stream, everyone. Watch the Doom Saga. Watch your next video.
That's where the cat gets it from.
Khalifa's sister.
Khalifa's sister, Dragon Ball Smugstick
Are you
channel.
serious? Is that really your next
That
one?
is really
Oh
the
my
next one.
god!
Be there or be square. Geeky gentlemen, go listen to the podcast. Go subscribe to the channel and watch Dragon Ball ZC Bombshells. Yeah, bye. Thanks.